Hi guys, I'm Kalila Reynolds and we're back with another exciting episode of Money Moves brought to you in partnership with Exim Bank's Business Advisory Service. And why do I say exciting? It's because we're talking again with CEO of Hulane Strategic Services. She's sales strategist and master trainer, Beverly Thompson. We're talking all about sales. Welcome back, Beverly.
Thank you. Good to be back.
So last week you gave us the tips on how to prepare for a sales pitch, and I was buying everything you were selling. Couldn't wait for this week.
Yes.
How do you actually now execute that pitch?
Okay, well, great. Let us talk about that. So, in the preparation, you would have done all your research, and so you are now executing on the day. But just before you get to the day, you need to frame all of this together, put it together, prepare for the customer, because you're not delivering a standard presentation. You have formulated and you've customized. So a couple of things you would have understood from the customer. I'm going to make up something here. You understood that the person was selling printer. Beverly, I'm selling printers. I'm selling to a company. The company wanted to save money. They wanted to be more efficient. They wanted to plan for 2020 budget year. I understood those things. In this presentation, there are a few things I'm going to have to try and nail. And this is fundamental to any presentation, whether it is pitch or product or solution. The customer needs to understand why they are buying or why they should buy. It's a need. They need to understand why they should buy from you. That is credibility and trust. They also need to understand why I should commit or buy now. That is urgency. And you have to create that. They need to understand how your product will work for them in terms of the solution. That is value. They also need to understand what impact it will make. And then we speak about return on investment. So when you're making your presentation, you just keep those 5 pillars in mind and nail them, because that's what you need to establish. So people can buy into what you're saying. The other thing is, before we get to the actual delivery, is that you need to be passionate about what you're doing.
Absolutely.
You know, you need to be ready. You need to be camera ready, presentation ready, outfit ready. You're going to nail it. So those things are prerequisites. I call them lace up a shoe and fix up a hair. You're good, you're ready. So now you're there.
It contributes to your confidence and your frame of mind too.
It does, and it also sets the tone, the perception of you by others or the person that you're going to be speaking with. So now, one of the things that you have to do are 3 things. Sell yourself in that presentation, sell your company, and sell your solution. Before you actually have the presentation day, you began to sell yourself. You have to sell yourself before. Because you are doing all of those research, you want to know why we're having this meeting, what is important to you, how can I solve problems for you. You are demonstrating that you're serious about your craft and that it is important to you, and I'm taking your business seriously. Before that, you also need to, where is the presentation? What does the room look like? Do they have the equipment? If I need any, is there parking? What are some of those things? Because you don't want to rush in the room and look very hurried, right? So you get all of those things out of the way and know you're ready.
Check the traffic.
Check the traffic. That has happened to me. Check the traffic. So you've entered the space. Make sure you're nice to the people who you pass at the parking lot, the security, the receptionist. Make sure, because things could go wrong and you need to tap into or talk to one of these persons that you've met on the way. So you're in the room, build a rapport. Selling yourself is a part of building rapport. I have a very simple way. Introduce yourself. It sets the tone for others. They model the behavior while they're in the room.
So how do you do it?
So how I do it?
Give us an example.
Okay. So I'm going to use the same example, right? I am Beverly Thompson. I am the Business Development Manager of Hulane Printing Services. We are here today because we understood that you wanted to have a conversation with us so that you can save some money, you can realize some efficiencies, and you can kind of manage your fleet and change out some old equipment so you can fit into your business strategy. The presentation today is going to take about 10 minutes. That is the presentation section. And then we're going to have a section for questioning where I kind of get to engage you and we kind of solidify and validate what's important to you. My role here today is just to understand those, go back to my company, put a solution together for you, and then we'll come back and nail it. How about that? Is that okay with you, Kalila?
That is very excellent with me. I'm fine with that. I like that you gave them an estimate of how long this presentation will take because time is important to people.
Yes.
People want to know that you're not going to be here all day taking up my afternoon.
Right. And that is in fact selling yourself because you've set the standard for which the rest of the room. And what you'll find is that the other persons will introduce themselves. And if anyone in the room, if they were not clear about why we are here today, it will generate questions. It will evoke questions. And so we can clarify, yes, this is why we're here. Or somebody has said, no, but I thought. And you say, oh, but. And so we kind of land on the same page. That is selling yourself. Selling your company is the next thing. And this is where the real passion comes from because you really have to believe that what you're selling make a difference in the lives of others. You have to feel it. You have to know it, believe it, and sell it. There's so much joy and beauty that comes from a person who exudes confidence. Because what you do is project that level of confidence and you transfer the confidence and the emotions and the passion to the other person that you're selling to. That's what people buy. And you have stories. You have stories that say, you know, I have this customer and they are happy about what we do. They were able to save money. They were able to realize some benefits. They changed up their company. They changed out the printer, put in bigger ones. They changed their process flow. And my customer is singing my praises. That's how you sell your company. Not necessarily about the mission and the vision, which sometimes, by the way, some salespeople or business owners, that's the only time they may say their mission and vision because they really don't use it. Validation is just that. What other persons have to say about what you do and the impact that it makes. And that is how you sell your company. And not necessarily the history and the background, how long you've been in business. You need those things. And if I wanted to know, I could validate them by going online, by the way. But in that meeting, you want to make the best use of people's time. Spend the time on your customer. The last thing, and most importantly, and this is the part that you spend the most time on, sell the solution from the customer's perspective. I'll say that again. Sell the solution from the perspective of the customer and not from your own perspective. We have the printers, we have several printers, we have different kinds of workflow solutions, we are in the digital market, we understand all of that. We do not have to throw all of that at the customer. It is very boring, it's monotonous, and point of view means that all of that research that you've done before into understanding their needs, understanding their industry, understand what works well for them, you're going to take that now and frame it, wrap your solution around the business that the customer is in. When you're having that presentation, I can see myself in that presentation or in that delivery or in that pitch because that's really what it ought to be. You need to take me on a journey and help me to understand where I am now because you did your research, right? What are some of the possibilities because I may not know what those things are. You can educate me. So you can tell me some features that immediately match what some of my business goals are right now. But I may not be pursuing all the things I need to pursue because of my limited knowledge and understanding. Take me through some newer features, but tell me how are those things making a difference in other businesses? How have other businesses changed because they are using all of these new things? Educate me, give me insight, open up my brain so that the 5 things I spoke about, why now, why you, the solution, all of those things, I can answer them within that. So it's really about focusing on the customer's world in your pitch or on your investor world. What is important to them? What are they looking for? Because that's the answer. You and your solution is the bridge between where that person is now or the company or the investor and their desired place that they want to get to.
Absolutely.
Right.
Thank you very much,
Okay.
Beverly Thompson,
Great.
sales strategist and trainer. That's it for this episode of Money Moves, brought to you in partnership with Exim Bank's Business Advisory Service. Check out their website, eximbankja.com. I'm Kalila Reynolds. See you next week.